All right, let's talk about getting that healthy glow from the inside out. Today, we're diving into the science-backed foods you can find in any grocery store that can seriously transform your skin. This is accessible stuff, so let's jump right in.
I mean, come on, who doesn't want that? And look, this isn't about some miracle cure. It's about using real, simple, everyday foods to give your skin exactly what it's craving. The best part? You can literally start doing this today.
So before we get to the shopping list, we got to understand the why. What does our skin actually need to look its best? It really comes down to three fundamental things.
First up, it's all about collagen. You can think of it like the scaffolding for your skin. It's what keeps everything firm and bouncy. So supporting this internal framework is absolutely step one for strong, resilient skin. Next, it's about finding balance. So many of those common frustrations, breakouts, redness, irritation, they're all tied to inflammation and oil production going haywire. If we can calm things down from the inside, it shows on the outside as clearer skin.
And finally, barrier hydration. This is the secret to that dewy, luminous look everyone's after. A strong, hydrated outer layer, your skin barrier, is what keeps you looking plump and smooth. It's your skin's first line of defense.
Okay, now that we know what our skin needs, let's stock our edible skincare kit. These are the superstar foods that are going to deliver on all those things we just talked about.
First on the list, tomatoes. And get this, especially concentrated tomato paste. It's packed with an antioxidant called lycopene, which basically acts like an internal backup to your sunscreen, helping your skin defend against redness. And the tip is almost too easy, just stir a couple tablespoons of tomato paste into your sauces or soups each week. Done.
And here's some really good news. You actually have permission to eat chocolate, but it has to be the right kind. We're talking about high flavanol cocoa. It's actually been shown to improve skin elasticity and hydration. The key is you gotta go for dark chocolate or pure cocoa powder that's low in sugar.
Okay, this next one is a huge deal, especially if you're prone to breakouts. It's all about blood sugar. On the left, we've got low glycemic foods, things like oats, veggies, quinoa. They keep your body's systems running smooth and steady. But on the right, high glycemic foods, white bread, sugary stuff, they can cause a big insulin spike, which signals your skin to produce more oil.
Now, to fight back against that redness and inflammation, omega-3s are your absolute best friend. You'll find tons of them in fatty fish like salmon, but also in walnuts and flax seeds. They just work to calm everything down from the inside out and have even been linked to real improvements in acne.
So what's the magic number? It's pretty simple. Just aim for 2 to 3 servings of a fatty fish like salmon or even sardines every week. That really seems to be the sweet spot to get those powerful, skin-calming omega-3s.
Hey, remember that collagen scaffolding we talked about? Well, vitamin C is the construction crew that actually builds it. Your body literally cannot make collagen without it. So you want to load up your plate with colorful things like oranges, berries, and bell peppers at pretty much every meal.
Here's a super simple one. Green tea. It's full of these compounds called catechins, which are amazing anti-inflammatories. They really help control redness. 1 or 2 cups a day is such an easy and effective habit to get into.
And let's not forget about soy. The isoflavones you find in things like tofu, tempeh, or edamame are fantastic for boosting skin hydration. They might even help reduce the appearance of fine lines, which is a pretty great benefit, especially for midlife skin.
Okay, so we've got all these awesome foods, but how do we actually put this into practice without getting overwhelmed? Let's make it practical. See? It can be this simple and honestly, this delicious. You see the patterns here, right? We've got oatmeal with berries for breakfast, maybe a lentil tomato soup for lunch, and then salmon with quinoa for dinner. Every meal is packing in a few of those superstar foods we've been talking about.
So if you walk away with just one thing, let it be this simple strategy. It's not about being perfect, it's just about shifting the balance. Eat more colorful produce, more low glycemic grains, more fatty fish and nuts. And try to limit the sugary sweets and refined carbs. That's really the core of it all.
All right, to wrap things up, let's do a little rapid-fire round. I want to tackle a couple of the most common questions and myths that always come up when we talk about diet and skin.
This is probably the #1 question I hear. Is chocolate really the enemy of clear skin? Let's settle this.
And the answer is nope, it's not the cocoa's fault. That high flavonol dark stuff can actually be good for your skin. The real culprit is the crazy high sugar and milk content in most candy bars. That's what can aggravate acne.
The other classic piece of advice. Can we just chug water all day long and wake up with perfect, dewy skin?
Well, the science says it definitely helps, but mostly if you're not drinking enough water to begin with. If you're already well hydrated, you probably won't see some massive change. So yeah, it's crucial, but it's not a standalone magic fix.
And that really is the main takeaway here. You don't need fancy, expensive powders or products. Just by focusing on real, delicious, whole foods, you can give your skin all the nutritional firepower it needs to stay clear, firm, and glowing.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Which one of these foods will you add to your plate this week? Maybe it's just a handful of walnuts for a snack, or adding some tomato paste to your pasta. Remember, the first small step is always the most powerful one. Thanks for tuning in.